We are technically live. Let me fix my microphone. Forgot I had it over here because of our conference call with the family today.
Yeah,
fun
family,
stuff.
Zoom, Thanksgiving, chat.
Yup. There we go. Perfect.
Pre-Thanksgiving.
Put it closer to you
whatever.
since you're quiet. Since you're a quiet one.
What are you talking about?
And then we had a request from one of our patrons to put our tables in more of a table format.
Oh, hey, I can do that.
I mean, I could do that too. But yeah, so maybe I'll start doing that. I don't know. I don't know.
We should just work on a different table and do formatting later. That sounds.
Well, no,
boring.
I don't feel like doing formatting later though. That's all. Can I save this as a template? Ooh, I can. There we go. Template. Save. Perfect. Okay, so what is it? What do you think would be fun to make tonight, table-wise? You got ideas over there?
I don't know.
You inspired? You don't seem inspired. Sorry, I've been so preoccupied with working on reviews and stuff that are coming up on my channel.
What about like a random? Is it bad to have like a random encounter table, but
no, but
for
let's be
a specific type of terrain?
No, I think
so
that's
like good. Caves, like natural caverns, or something like that.
So then we'll call this the Master the Game Fantasy Cavern Encounter Table. So it's not even just monsters. Maybe it's people. Maybe it's traps. Could be a lot of different things, right?
Oh, yeah, it sure could be.
Maybe it's extreme conditions. Maybe it's a chasm.
I mean, that's always predictable, though.
What, a chasm?
Yes. Haven't you been in like 100 dungeons?
No.
Like 100 caves
I don't think I've ever been in
that
100.
all of a sudden have like, oh, the floor ends and it doesn't,
No.
start again until 40 feet later. And
only when I play in your games. And we lasso the sconce on the other side of the room.
Oh, yeah. Y'all were lucky with that one.
Welcome, Cameron. You're the first one again. It's been a while.
That idea was so wild that I just let it go because I was
you have to let it go. It's fun.
If you roll high enough, I'm just going to let you do it because who thinks that lassoing a sconce
So
is a good idea?
I forgot to mention, by the way. Hang on just a second. I'm going to mute this. All right, sorry. I just had to say that. But because of the door being metal, I just thought stuff like that would be really cool.
Yeah.
You know, we could do that. Like,
we're all set.
Make a new tradition if we're in this house. Like,
oh, she gets like a little magnet.
Why not?
Sorry, we're getting sidetracked. We're trying to figure out Christmas over here.
Christmas is on the brain.
You know, like, what are we doing? There's enough, enough children in this household that you have to coordinate.
So I want to make number one on this an extreme temperature, and I think we should have sub sets of it. So like
what? What are you talking about?
Extreme heat.
Oh, so like if you roll 1, you get like extreme temperature, and now you roll a D10 for
or whatever, a D6 or a D4 after that. Yeah.
Okay.
So like extreme heat that causes your water skin, your water.
What?
I don't know. I want some negative effect. I want a negative effect with it. Okay. Sorry, guys.
What was that?
That's the issue I deal with because of my shitty computer. that's not that shitty. Like, that's the thing. So I want like an extreme effect that goes along with it, though. So like extreme heat that like can cause you to pass out if not careful.
Well, you could just say after like an extended period of time.
I mean, it'll be up to a DM how they want to rule it. This
just
is a
say
DM's
after
table.
a period of time.
It's fine how it is. I think it's fine.
All right.
All right. What would happen in extreme cold? Possibly frostbite?
I don't know. I mean, what's the explanation for temperatures that extreme?
That's up to the DM to come up with. These are just prompts, right? It's just like, what's the explanation for there being a roper in your cavern? You know, like, you can come up with your own stuff there.
Because I frickin' said so.
Right. So that could be the same thing here.
I guess so. Okay, fine.
Okay, so, yeah, Cameron's right. Just say that can cause exhaustion. Perfect. I'll just leave it at that. Extreme cold that can cause frostbite. Yeah, it could, but we don't want the same thing for everything.
I agree, though. The nice thing about exhaustion is that it's already a defined condition.
Only in D&D. It's not necessarily a defined condition in all systems.
I mean, usually something... I guess.
How did it work in 2nd edition? Do you remember?
I mean, there were
like
penalty
degrees
options.
of penalties.
Like, yeah, but I'm just saying that you would know what to do. I'm just saying there's like having that's the downside of saying something like frostbite is that's not really a defined condition. Like
we'll just get rid of this. We'll just get rid of it. We'll just say, rather than extreme temperature, we'll just say extreme heat as number 1 on the list. Extreme cold is number 2.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. That can cause adverse effects. A negative effect. And just leave it up to the DMs to decide what that negative effect is. Right?
Okay, we can do that, I guess.
Okay, number 3. What would be a good monster? Do we want the chart to escalate in how bad it can get? Like 20 being the worst?
I mean, I don't think it matters.
I mean, it doesn't matter ultimately, but it's kind of nice when charts do that, I feel. Don't you?
No, I like it when it's random.
Just complete.
So then you don't feel like, oh, if that knowing what you're rolling, you have a general idea of how wild the outcome is going to be. I like having no idea.
Okay. So I want to add extreme winds which make it...
Extreme winds? What are these, like, extreme...
I want it to... Because, like... Okay, when I think of a random encounter table, I obviously think of monsters. I don't want it to just be monsters, though.
I know, but, like, you have, like, 3 temperatures.
No, winds have nothing to do with temperature.
I mean, yeah, but, like, it's climate.
Then, yeah.
It's climate-related.
Maybe. Maybe it's from something else.
I mean, are they having, like, atmospheric issues? Because of the climate.
Stop. No, it could be anything. Again, it doesn't matter. Extreme winds that make a lot of tasks difficult. All right, well...
I don't know about
you
that.
choose the first monster. Choose the first monster. Come up with it. Come on. Put you on the spot. Pick one. No, you can't look in books.
I can look
the
in
monster
a book.
manual is on my side of the table anyway.
Screw you.
Boom.
Why can't I look in a book?
Because it's cheating.
It's not
That's
cheating.
100% cheating.
It's not cheating.
Because you're supposed to be sweatshop painting.
I'm
not looking at books.
Not just a sweatshop.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're employed to do that. Because I could look in books if that's what we were doing. Why'd you grab the... You even grabbed the wrong book.
I didn't even grab the right book.
So the table we're working on right now... Why are you shushing me?
Shush.
Is... Boom. Oh, I gotta redo this part up here, too. Ugh, I hate that. Okay.
You okay over there?
Yeah, it's just every time I click stuff, it grabs the picture, too. I should just move the picture down and it won't be a problem. There we go. This
What
table...
are the stalactite and the stalagmite shaped creatures?
I don't know.
What are those?
Ropers,
I mean, but are they
cloakers, piercers. I don't know if those are copyrighted, though. I'm pretty sure they are.
Probably. Okay, so
Do you want something
that
like
didn't
that?
help me. No, okay, let's pick something different.
The table should serve as inspiration for your encounters in caverns. Use these more as prompts of inspiration.
Okay, so
So what? Sudra! Good seeing you, man. Good to have you back.
what about like a Minotaur?
Victor said I suggest using the taser on Paula.
Why are we tasing me?
I don't
What did
know.
I do? What did I ever do to you?
It's because you're not doing the
Victor?
sweatshop labor. The sweatshop painting.
Look, I am trying my best.
Paula, are you going to play Riffs with us next month?
Look, I was in there doing the sweatshop putting up the Christmas tree, and before that I was doing the sweatshop making dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And before that I was doing the sweatshop cleaning the house. So
Yes. So,
what did you say? Riffs?
yeah, are you playing Riffs with us next month?
When is that? What
I
is
haven't
it?
scheduled it yet. You know Riffs? It's Palladium Books.
No, I know, but like, what do you guys?
We're going to do a
Are
one-shot.
you
Just a one-shot
okay?
for
But are
patrons.
you doing something like published or?
No,
What,
I'm going to make
or-
pre-gens so that all the characters have about the same amount of actions. And it's just going to be a loose game. That's all. Everyone can choose their pre-gen and all that good stuff. But you have to be a patron to play in the game. Obviously, you're the exception, but, you know.
Maybe. What night?
I haven't decided. I'll decide that after this weekend.
Oh.
I was just wondering if you were going to play. So, like, in other words, if I need to plan a character that you would want to play. like some kind of magic user or a ley line walker or something.
I don't necessarily have to play that.
I mean, they're pretty badass.
Just make whatever you want to make.
I'm going to make a bunch of stuff, but that's why I'm curious. It's going to take me a long time to make pre-gens, that's all. So some of them are going to be, like, deliberate, you know what I mean? That's all. Okay, don't worry about it.
I might.
Okay, I'll plan for you playing. I'll make a over-the-top spellcaster just for you. All right, monsters.
The Minotaur.
A Minotaur?
A Minotaur. Minotaurs are sometimes found in caves.
Okay, is there something special about the Minotaur? A Minotaur without a labyrinth? With a labyrinth? What are we thinking here?
I don't know. What if it has like
I like that, Victor.
labyrinth, like puzzle box or something like that?
Like a labyrinth to a puzzle box?
No, if it owns a labyrinth of it, like itself.
What? I'm so confused by what you're saying.
Like it has.
Like a labyrinth
in
is a
its-
large thing
I
you have to
know,
walk
but
through, like
in
a giant
its-
maze.
In its like it has some sort of like puzzle box, whatever.
A puzzle box, whatever, does not clarify
Okay,
what
like,
the heck you're saying. So, like, it's a labyrinth that leads to a puzzle box? Or
No,
the Minotaur has a puzzle box on
the
it?
Minotaur has a puzzle box.
Okay. So it's two different. So it has its own puzzle box on it.
It has its own puzzle box. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to have one. I don't know.
Okay. So a Minotaur in a labyrinth.
I don't know if it's in a labyrinth or not. I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't have to be.
Who has
Does it have
a
to be?
puzzle box?
Never. It doesn't have to have a puzzle box.
No. It does now. It does now. All right. So the next one, I kind of like this. A group of adventurers, a group of dead humans who were stripped of all things of value. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. A Minotaur female who needs to find her lost child in a labyrinth. That's funny. Minotaurs are supposed to be extremely good in labyrinths. What else? Let's see. What about a dwarf that's had enlarged person on him, cast on him, and he's stuck in this room.
And cannot escape the room.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that great?
It's like Alice in Wonderland. Does Alice in Wonderland have an RPG?
I don't know. Probably should.
It should, if it doesn't.
You should write it.
You guys.
A dwarf who has the enlarged person spell effect.
If you guys know of an Alice in Wonderland RPG, please let me know.
And can't exit this cavern. This room. That's funny. So maybe there's like a magical item or something in that room that...
Or somewhere else.
Yeah, or somewhere else. That could be a fun one.
Or you have to kill somebody for their spell to end or something.
Right, yeah. All right, let's see. What's another good one?
I don't know. You could always do... Yeah, you could do that. You could do like a random pool of water. That's always creepy.
Random pools of water are good. A random murky pool of water.
How about just a random pool of water with like one red fish swimming around in it?
A seemingly random pool of water. With one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
I mean, we probably could get a lot of good ideas from Dr. Seuss. That's all I'm saying.
A seemingly random pool of water with a red fish and a blue fish swimming around.
There's a wasset in my closet.
Oh, Sudra proposes the whole 2 doors, 2 guardians, speak the truth thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that one I think has been done to death. There's so many memes about it. And so it's like you kill the one or whatever and then see what the other one says. I think was what they proposed.
Yeah, I mean, you could always do like, I don't know, some sort of stupid floor trap thing or give an option for that, like checkered floor.
I do like the 2 paths with 2 talking statues. And I'll just leave it at that. If the DM wants them to be a puzzle, he can. If the DM just wants them to talk nonsense, he can. Whatever.
What about just like a random statue in the middle?
What, in the middle
like
of
there's
the
this
2
statue
paths?
in the room.
Oh, okay.
I'm on to Next
You're
one.
on to the next idea already.
Like, let's keep going. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, like a...
What about an obelisk? A glowing stone obelisk. Isn't that what it's called? Or obelisk?
Obelisk?
Apparently I can't spell it either. Yeah, pillar, column, so on and so forth. In the center
Made of
a
like...
a very large cavern.
And it's crafted entirely from like onyx or something.
A glowing onyx obelisk. Obelisk. All right. We need more monsters. A ring of polished keys. Oh, I like the idea of just a random item.
Sitting on the table. Dude, Alice in Wonderland, again, just something sitting on a table for no reason.
I don't like Alice in Wonderland, you know this.
A pair of dwarves.
With a still who is willing to pay for buckets of cave fisher blood so they can extract the alcohol. They provide the buckets. Ghost girl who wants to play hide and seek. That's a pretty good one too.
That's a good one. You should do that.
A ghost child that wants to play hide and seek.
I wonder if she's gonna get really angry when you don't want to play.
Probably. And she lashes out at him. This one might have to be a bigger table. This might be a 2-week table, because I think we can come up with some 100 things easy for this.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
What about just I don't know, if you want monsters.
It can be anything. Traps.
Do you want it to just be I don't know, like swarm of bats, or...
I mean, it could.
Is that too? I mean,
No,
if you're going to do
like...
100 things, you're probably going to have a handful that are just fairly generic.
Yeah, but technically, there's more than 100 cave monsters, too. You know what like, you could literally just make it all monster, you could.
You can do...
I don't want to do that, though.
What else lives in caves? Like a Medusa?
Can, or she could be in a swamp. She could be in a lot of places. Ruins. Abandoned home. The idea is she just has a bunch of statues littering her garden.
Could do something like generic, like Sturges.
Yeah, could.
Or
leave it empty, like a swarm of small flying creatures. You don't even say what it is and let the DM decide if it's bats or sturges or mosquitoes or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a real generic one like that. A massive swarm, because massive sounds awesome, of smaller flying creatures.
Small flying creatures.
I think smaller flying. Yeah, we'll say small. Attacks.
This is a lot of the same color.
Out of an opening in the wall. Giant talking spider living in skull of random dead dude. Maybe possessed by ghost of that dude. So I love the idea of a giant talking spider.
What if it's in a dragon skull?
I was going to say, what if it's... Yeah.
Also, why don't we have a dragon?
We will.
You need, a gold dragon or something like that, right?
A huge talking dangerous spider that lives inside of the bones of a deceased dragon on top of its treasure hoard. I love that. Spiders the size of baseballs begin following the party. So you guys watch too much Mandalorian is what's going on here. That's what I've realized tonight.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm not going to spoil anything. Not going to spoil it.
What about some sort of, like, you find a, what?
So Sudra says, insane kobold who thinks he is a dragon. So I
mean,
love
that's
that.
Great.
A kobold shaman who has become pretty powerful among kobolds and even believes that he is a full-sized ancient fire-breathing dragon.
Okay, we also need a dragon, too.
Yeah, but that one will be later, right?
Why?
I mean, we can come up with it. So what's special about the dragon, though? You can't just be a dragon. A dragon that has no need for treasure? A dragon who prides himself as being too good for treasure?
Trying to ensure its bloodline or something like that.
A dragon that is trying to carry on its bloodline but needs help from the party. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. A Goblin City. A dwarven city that
Is in the room, like
is no longer.
You open the door and it's like a dwarven city.
Yeah, so a dwarven city that is inhabited by hundreds of goblins. Only. Basically, goblins took over a dwarven city.
Okay. What about
intelligent goblins? Ooh, a map that leads to the nearest town. A dragon with a mushroom habit who's willing to let the party choose one thing from his treasure hoard if they bring him a particular kind of cave mushroom. That's funny. Or a dragon who turned his back to evil and needs party to help him get to the surface. It's a city where he can help humans instead of killing them. Meanwhile, Paul is painting the head of a red dragon.
It's not dead. It's just sleeping.
Yeah, with her foot on it. That makes sense.
Permanently. What about like like a long abandoned, I don't know. I'm not sure how you want to describe it. So I'm thinking like a desk or something like that, like riddled with books and, you know, but it's been there a long time.
Almost like
maybe
a wizard's study.
Yeah, but maybe from like a dig or explorers that came in there earlier or something like that.
Ruins of an
Or the
old
remains.
wizard's tower.
No, I don't want it to be a whole tower. It's just like a little room. Like somebody else was here exploring before and they set up like an office here. And we're,
What's that called? An excavation site or something?
Yeah, basically. And it would contain like a desk, you know, riddled with
a
papers.
Desk covered in papers and bookshelves with relevant source material to these caves.
Yeah. I don't know, right?
Yeah, that's fine. So we got to throw a Hydra on here.
Do we gotta?
We have to. I require a Hydra. So what's special about this Hydra?
Like low-level characters or low-level parties utilize this chart.
Why? There's nothing that bad other than the giant dragon on a treasure hoard.
A group of goblins sitting around a table playing a game with dice and weird parchment sheets. Yes!
I do like
I'm
that
on
sutra.
board.
Alright, we'll do that.
One.
A group of goblins sitting around a table rolling dice and rolling funny shaped dice and weird parchment sheets.
Just got blue on the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Messing up.
So what would be interesting? I do like that teleporting circle. We'll definitely add that on here. What about Hydra? What would make this Hydra special? It has arms.
Because Hydra's, what they really need is like more abilities.
Yeah, they do.
And more things that they can do.
A winged Hydra?
Because they're so limited and like they're such weak creatures that it's like, I mean,
they're not that difficult, are they?
Give them an advantage.
Are they that bad? Let me look in the D&D 5e monster manual over here that I have.
Oh, look at, I also too have monster manual over here.
I didn't use it to look up though, or to find monsters. I just want to know. Is there even a Hydra in here? I don't even know if there is. I don't think there's a Hydra in this book. Goblin, Horror. Oh, there is. It can hold its breath for an hour. Interesting. Multiple heads. What about wings?
Number of attacks. 5 to 12.
So guess, you want to know how many attacks this Hydra has?
What?
However many heads it has, that's how many attacks it gets.
Yeah, that's what it actually says down here.
Ooh, it gets a reaction for every head. So if you trigger an attack of opportunity by like a 6-headed Hydra, it's going to get 6 attacks on you.
Yeah, and the more heads it has, the more damage they do too.
Yeah, that's not the way it is here.
That's exciting.
You don't need that. So, okay, what should I add? Wings?
Ooh, and they come in
I'm adding wings.
Colors.
A Hydra that also has large wings. and seems, what is it, docile? Is that the right?
Just say who is currently napping. Or something like that.
Currently asleep. Okay. A Hydra that also has large wings who is currently asleep. Beautiful. So that's
door,
magic circle.
closed door.
So let's do that. We're going to have a magic circle.
That's a great idea. I don't know who said that, but
that glows
kudos
as
to
you approach it.
Oh, Victor said that.
Yeah, Victor's full of great ideas.
Circle. Melchior wants to know, what is the subject under discussion?
So once again, we are creating random encounters in a cavern. And I think this is going to be a D100 table. Because we're already past 20 and we're just cruising through them.
Like a prisoner chained up.
A shackled prisoner. Just leave it at that. It depends how you use the Hydra. Hydra addicted to collecting and wearing magical necklaces with each head jealous of the others. That's actually kind of funny.
That's great.
But no, not going to do that one.
I actually love that.
How about a vibrant garden?
An oasis appears before you.
A vibrant garden that must not need sunlight for the plants to grow.
This is like some 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea type of stuff.
I don't know. I've heard of that, but I don't know anything about it.
You haven't seen that? Not even like the old school one? It's so cheesy. 2000 Leagues
I mean, I
Under
may
the
have,
Sea
but
or
it doesn't.
whatever.
I haven't made a connection of what it is. That's all.
They had it was basically
matter.
like giant mushrooms and like it's some Alice in Wonderland stuff.
No. Yeah, no, don't know what that is. 3 golden triangles.
Interconnected and
At the corners.
hovering in the air.
Yeah, basically like the Legend of Zelda.
Oh.
It's called the Triforce. Yeah, see?
Oh, okay. That's not what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Looks like that.
Nope, not at all what I was thinking.
I was just kidding, though. I don't really want to do that. The Triforce is the ultimate source of power in the Legend of Zelda series and serves as the balance that weighs the 3 forces: power, wisdom, and courage. Referred to as the Golden Power in ancient Hylian literature, it represents the essence of the golden goddesses who created the realm of Hyrule that was left behind when they departed the realm for the heavens. A room full of pillows.
I mean, why not?
So Melchior says so Victor said a magic bird cage with a monster trapped inside. If the cage is open, the full-size creature appears. Melchior says a bird in a cage. If you try to feed the bird, you get told that the bird isn't hungry. He's merely pining for the fords.
What was the first one?
A magic bird cage with a monster trapped inside. If the cage is open, the full-size creature appears. I kind of like that.
I think that's a good idea.
That if opened with a creature inside, that if opened, the full-size creature appears. I like that one a lot. That's a good one. I don't like the pillows one. A collection of non-matching socks. No. No. A bandit encampment.
In the cave?
Yes. That'd be like a great place to build like a house or whatever. You don't have to worry about rain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it can't be too far into the cave.
Why not?
I
You could have
mean,
multiple ways in and out through other cave entrances.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
And you
We got
could
a
set
dragon,
alarms.
so-
Yeah, and you could set alarms and stuff at different ones that like trigger you to know that people are coming. So you could either set up your defenses or flee. Yeah, I think that actually would be awesome in a fantasy game. A bandit encampment with lots of tunnels. Tunnels with traps around it.
Okay. So while that's going to dry for a second, and while we're thinking about what our next thing is going to be, let's open these
I think you should do the monks.
new miniatures. So we got 2 new things of
From our local gaming
miniatures.
store.
Yeah, from our local gaming store. So sorry, I'm not sure if they are $4.99 at your store or not. Our store usually has really good prices, so
No, that's about normal if you buy
I don't
in
know.
stores. I do want to say, so I am someone who thinks that you should support your local gaming store if they earn your business. I don't buy into the whole just support someone because they're local deal. But I do
let's
think...
not debate about it
Well,
tonight.
I'm not
though.
debating. I'm just explaining what my stance.
Let's-
Because I think it's important as a store, you do adapt to things and you do what you got to do.
I think, well,
and I
it's
think our
important-
stores do that.
I think
And they're
it's
very friendly.
important as a business that you make yourself necessary and earn the business of
Yeah.
whoever, right? So the first one,
And that's not all just price, though, in my opinion. That's all.
look at that.
Because I hear people say not to buy from Amazon, you should buy local. But buying from Amazon actually helps me. So, I have Amazon affiliate links all over. So that's the one I want you to pick. I
There
think
are
that's a cool
also small businesses that run because
one. On
of
there
Amazon.
as well. Yeah, for sure.
So this one too
So,
is really cool.
so that I thought would be cool
This
for
one-
Nicole's character if
This comes off.
so you can paint under it.
I know, which is really nice.
But I thought that would be cool for Nicole's character because it's crouched, so you can't really tell if it's not a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was thinking with that one, personally.
It's a good idea. So we got that. Those are super cool. This is what the back suggestion looks like.
I like the black and purple. That almost looks like a rogue rather than a monk.
Yeah, these monks are quite like gender neutral, I feel too.
They're 100% women. They have boobs. Like those are meant to be
They
women.
don't.
They do. Don't look at the picture. Look at the
Oh,
shape
this
on the
one
front.
does, I guess, but this one does not.
Look at the sculpt. It does. It's 100% a woman.
No, the other one doesn't.
Anyways.
You guys, I feel like these are gender neutral.
They're not gender neutral. Anyways.
As are these ones, are dwarven paladins, who are also, I guess, kind of gender neutral.
You just
because
dream that all
the-
miniatures are gender neutral.
I feel
think
like a lot of them are flexible. I
they
don't
usually
know.
state if they're a female. Usually.
I know, because we just assume everything in D&D is male unless stated
It's actually more,
otherwise.
if you look in the books, more of the characters are male in the artworks and stuff.
Well, of course they are. I have zero surprise about that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I wish I was
You can
better
look at
opening
fantasy
these
novels
up.
even written by women and it's still the same deal. Most of the characters are men.
It's because they're writing too.
I don't think there's that much thought put into it. I think it's that even women still make that
Okay.
connection. That's all.
This guy is sweet as crap.
Yeah, I like how his maul is
He's
clear.
absolutely probably getting painted next. I'm sorry, I don't think your monk's gonna make it. I think
Whatever.
it's gonna be this dude. Because this dude is great.
You're gonna make his maul like a lightning or a purple
I
or
don't
something?
know, but he's gonna be like gold, red, and purple.
Okay.
So, you know, that's what's happening with this dude.
Okay. What's the back?
100%. 100%.
Oh, actually, no, not of him. But it's okay. Do the next miniature, and then we'll look at the back of the package.
Oh, okay. This guy is pretty cool too.
He is.
He's not quite as, you know, cool and stuff like that, but he's pretty cool. There's some like designs. I don't know if you can see that. There's like spirals on the hammer and stuff like that. So you could do something kind of cool there.
What's the back of the package show?
That's what we're looking at next.
We are not sponsored by WizKids, by the way. But if WizKids wants to, we will happily accept.
You can see the spiral or whatever, like the detail that's carved in there. See, this guy's blue and like yellow and silver. But I think he's going to be gold and red, like gold armor with red here and then purple. That's what I think he's going to be.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Cool.
Just like...
Works for me.
That's what I'm thinking.
Old goblin kitchen with big cauldron with nice smelling meat soup. Ooh, and maybe it's rats.
Meat soup. I like how it's
Yeah,
just
I kind of like that.
soup.
A goblin kitchen with a bubbly, the boiling cauldron and nice smelling meat soup that on closer inspection is giant rats cooked with fur and all.
Well, it's... No.
Yeah,
Okay.
buddy.
Fine.
Yeah, they're goblins. Come on.
Fine. A pair of boots with the former owner's feet still in them. Yes.
So,
yes.
I love it. Let's make them magic boots, though, too.
Yes. But what do you think those magic boots would do?
Cut you off at the ankles. Permanently grounded. You succeed automatically on all athletics checks to be shoved. The problem is your body might fail. No, I'm just kidding. A pair of magical boots that still have the previous owner's feet in them. I do like that. Tasha's Cauldron of Meat Soup. Yes. I still don't have that book. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it or not.
Yeah, are you just not sure if there's going to be like enough in it that you are into?
No, I don't know. I'm sure I would like it. I know I would like it. So in a perfect world, I would have every 5e book. I would have every Pathfinder 2e book, and I would have all the Star Wars FFG stuff. Those are the three, right now, my top 3 games, I think. Oh, we'll probably call it Cthulhu, but I don't need all of it. I just want the core 7th edition books and the DM screen. So those are like the top games, I think, for me right now. Those are what I would probably be interested in running over the next year. Although I'm already in a bunch of 5e campaigns. So I'm not picking up any new campaigns until I'm done. And that's just how it's going to be. Behold, boots of ankle spanking. No, let's come up with a trap. We haven't come up with any traps. So how about this? An obvious trap, pit trap, that is actually a decoy, not a decoy, a distraction to the real trap. Dual blade traps on this along the sides of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like basically there's a pit trap that's probably got like a foot or two on each side of it, so you can go around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you do that, the sides actually trigger the blade traps in the wall that come out slicing at you. That would be a pretty good trap, right?
Ankle spanking sounds like something dirty in the 1800s. It totally does.
There sounds like something dirty now. There's a lot of people with foot and ankle fetishes. What? Not me. I'm not a foot fan.
I know that.
Oh, I'm sorry to ruin your foot fetish.
I'm not. I don't have a foot
Apparently
fetish.
Paula likes foot things.
I don't have a foot fetish. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, we're bringing it back. That's why I made it traps. And I'm open to more traps, too. So I'm thinking like an armory. A hobgoblin armory. And the hobgoblins aren't far behind. Aren't far away. A bottle with fire trap cast on it. A closed bottle of red liquid that upon opening casts fireball. Centered on the bottle. Would probably require a magic check of some sort at a high level, high difficulty, to discern. We're going to really get those adventurers.
You guys are terrible. What about...
I tricked you. Ankle Spankin' is my favorite League of Legends YouTuber. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't watch that. A lamp with a fire elemental in it that grows bigger with every compliment you give it. No. Not doing items. We could do something like that, though. Like a djinn or a genie or whatever. Could do something like that. Or a fire elemental, an earth elemental, air elemental, and a water elemental are all battling it out. Are all battling each other.
For a second there, it sounded like it was going to be like a bad joke, you know? Like an earth elemental, a fire elemental, and an air elemental all walk into a bar.
When they notice the party. An injured old man who has suffered from a curse and can only get rid of it
What?
by passing it on to one of the party members. A cursed old man. injured old man who has suffered from a curse and can only get rid of it by passing it on to one of the party members.
Melchior with the fun facts.
Yup. A bear trap. PC step on pressure plate and bears drop on them. So I do have mountain bears in my own setting. But that's kind of their tactic. They actually are more stealthy. And they're kind of skinny and they attack. Drop bears.
How about some sort of like obvious pressure plate trap? Like there's just like a purple square in the middle of the room. Or all the floor tiles.
There's a lifted.
All the floor tiles are white except for one green tile in the middle of the room.
This is caverns though. There's not really tiles in a cavern.
I guess that's true. Okay.
There is one large flat rock in the... Everything's in the center of the room that stands out. If stepped on, it triggers...
How about not necessarily just stepped on, but if the players attempt to like move the rock.
If the rock is touched, it triggers... What's a trigger? I was thinking like a swarm of spiders or something.
Yeah, I was going to say snakes. We don't have any snakes. What about like a naga or
a purple
something
worm?
Like that? Oh yeah,
It
worm's
triggers
a great idea.
a large worm to come out of the wall and attack the area.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably phrase that better, but yes.
Okay, fine. It triggers a large worm to appear. They can do what they want with that. Boom. Uh-oh, Cameron's arguing with Melchior now. It doesn't mean demon. Demon is the Christian English assumption of what it is. Oh, we got Melchior being shown up again. Cameron and Melchior.
Duking it out.
Yep.
What's it gonna be? Trap bears.
I don't like that teleportation circle. I'm sorry. Piece of cooked meat hanging from the ceiling. If touched, it causes a pit trap to open below it.
How about, why don't we have any, like, weird cavern... Like, you need, like, a cavern pig or, like, a cavern boar or something like that. You know what I mean? To, like... I don't know.
A cavern pig?
Yeah, I don't know. In like a corner or something. I don't know.
A pen of pigs. A pig pen.
Oh, I think we're boring Melchior.
Melchior, don't be boring.
Don't be boring. We're boring.
A pig pen of unusually large pigs.
Gravity changes direction if a dwarf passes within 10 feet of a spot. So that would be cool, but this is supposed to be system neutral. But
no,
also,
I said
what
in the
if
top
they don't
fantasy.
what if they don't have a dwarf in their party? Then
Yeah,
it
I don't
doesn't
wanna do
get
that.
utilized.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. What about an anti-magic field? So basically anyone who has magic items or spell casting is basically, those things are useless in this room.
Null and void.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a good idea. You could do that.
A room with an anti-magic field on it. A cavern. Let's make it a cavern so it's bigger. So you could even make it a more difficult encounter. All magical items and any magical items, spells, and so on do not work in this room. Love it.
Okay. So, what about
Flumps.
what about some sort of guardian? Some sort of like guardian protecting like
Something
random
meaningless.
thing in the room.
A bucket of water.
I was gonna say like a cauldron or something like that, but yeah, whatever.
A large stone guardian
Sure.
protecting a bucket.
No, protecting the skeleton of its former master.
No, that's
Right?
cliche, right?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, a large stone guardian protecting like a bucket of water would be kind of funny. Like, why is it protecting the bucket of water? Like, what's special about it?
Okay.
Right?
All right. Yeah.
And I mean, you could make it special. Like, maybe it's magical. It's water from a magical spring or something. Full of perfectly clear water. I like that one, though. A lot. Loon hallway full of traps and big boulder that force players to run through hallway and trigger all traps. Trick is that boulder is illusion. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's like Indiana Jones style.
That's a good one.
With additional traps along the way, basically.
I do like that. Let's make that. So that one I like so much that I'm going to make it number 1 on this list.
Oh.
A boulder trap that once triggered forces the players to run. Trick is that the boulder is an illusion and there are a series of traps down the hallway which the players need to run down. Love it.
Okay.
That one is so good. I would totally use that. Downside, I can't use that now. Because of Paula. Unless it's her barbarian. Her barbarian would be dumb enough to still do it.
Yeah.
Even though meta knowledge. No, I'm just kidding.
My barbarian would make it though.
Possibly.
She's pretty slick.
Alright, I need some monsters. Let's come up with something.
I mean, what about a beholder? Like, I mean, that's kind of like cliche, but
it's just a very D&D monster. That's all. That's
we do something.
a creature with many
something
eyes.
with a mimic.
Could. Well, what would be special about the beholder? He has cataracts. A blind creature with many eyes. The ultimate curse, right? You have like 1,000 eyes, and none of them work.
I mean, you could say it looks like it's withering away.
A creature with many eye stalks that is blind and is withering away. A maze of mirrors filled with doppelgangers. Not bad. A vampire stalking the party. Yeah, that's not bad, I guess.
I mean, you can always do like revolving or whatever.
coven of kobolds. Kobold witches.
Yeah. In the middle of a spell.
In the middle of a long ritual. So now they're like really mad that they're interrupted. A column made of a dozen large stone spiders stands in the middle of the room. If someone approaches, the stone spiders come to life and begin to attack anyone nearby. Pit fiend, but literally some low-level fiend in a pit. Spiders aren't very tough or damaging, but there are a dozen of them. How about a series of columns that start to crumble and fall? The ceiling is going to cave in. Fat guy in a little coat. The bones of old great dwarven warriors who were never given a proper burial. That implies there could be ghosts.
Do like a Zorn.
No.
No?
Nope. That's also a copyrighted term.
Dang.
How about a bone dragon?
I mean, we already have one dragon. I don't want there to be too many dragons.
Okay. How about some bugbears?
What about some frogs or something?
Frogs in a cavern?
Right?
No. No. Frogs, no. They're like near swamps and water and stuff. Toads aren't.
I mean,
But toads still wouldn't be in a cave.
I don't know. Toad, frog, whatever, man. It's like same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think.
Oh, no. We got 15 minutes of painting left.
I know, it's wet. Everything is wet. Every time I mess
That's
it,
what
it's
she
just
said.
wet.
Ah, ha, ha! Ha, ha! Woo! You walked into that one.
What about just like some skeletons or something?
Skeletons
like
are
that?
great. I love skeletons.
Let's do some skeletons, man.
Okay. An army of skeletons.
Yeah, like
lined up in formation.
Yeah, like I want them looking like this dude right here.
No.
Yeah. Like I want some like
No. I'm thinking like
skeletons.
So this is what I got. An army of skeletons lined up in formation like they are about to do battle with thousands.
What's wrong with this guy? He looks great. No. Great. He looks fantastic.
An army of skeletons lined up in formation like they're about to do battle with an army.
Ooh, what about a shadow?
We could do a shadow.
Shadow's a good one, too.
A shadow protecting a sphere of light that changes the player when it strikes. The effect wears off in sunshine. I'm just like combining your things. A shadow that protects something, though.
This is what I was thinking.
I know, I said a piercer earlier.
Yeah.
I said a roper, a piercer.
Oh, okay.
A cloaker. Like.
My bad. I didn't hear that one.
So, that is protecting a globe that can emit light, which damages it.
I don't even know how to say this.
What? Odiug?
Yeah, one of these dudes.
Troglodytes having a rave with a magic disco ball. Problem is it won't let them stop. Anyone who hears the music may be compelled to dance.
Yes.
I kind of like that.
Please do. Let's do that.
So I'm not gonna say troglodytes. I'm just gonna
What
leave it
about
open.
just like
Unintelligent.
did we do an ooze yet?
No. Unintelligent creatures dancing to a magic disco ball and music being played by... What would be playing the music? An
I think
undead
there
bard?
should just be a harp in the corner. It's just
By a
humming.
magical harp.
Yeah.
What is it? A sentient harp? I do like that. That is a good one. And the unintelligent creatures can be anything. Could be goblins, kobolds, whatever they want. I sometimes like letting people choose their own. Like, what is it?
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I
think
mean?
that makes sense.
Because then they can I mean, you could tailor it no matter what. Even if we said skeletons, it doesn't have to be. Yeah, I know. And troglodyte isn't copyrighted. I know that. Like, they use that in other games too. Cavemen who can't speak.
How about some gray chickens?
Okay. 5 gray chickens, in quotation marks, that are protecting their nest of eggs. The eggs are extremely delicious and have special properties to them.
What, have you ever heard of this brain mole?
A brain mole? No. She's looking through 2nd edition D&D Monster Manual.
They're just like a regular mole, basically. Except,
Telepathic?
you know, yeah, it can perform a mind sweep or a mind wipe up to a 30-foot range.
Yeah, no.
It's just like a psychic drain.
Oh, I was gonna go.
Oh.
Oh well.
Easy this.
I do.
What about... Do we do any bugs?
Kind of, but not really.
Like, you know, like giant beetle. We did spiders.
What about an ooze? What would an ooze... So what about, like, a ooze... I don't know. Like, how do you make an ooze interesting?
I don't know. I have never
That's the hard
used
part.
them.
Yeah, you have. I think you put them in inside water before.
Oh, I might have done that. That wouldn't totally surprise me.
A golem is always good.
That's true.
A mud golem. That is protecting... that is... defending the bones of a robed skeleton.
Fun fact, sea cucumbers don't taste like anything, but they're used in Chinese kitchen for their consistency. What do they use them for? Aren't sea cucumbers just like slugs? Like, aren't they just like water slugs? What do they use them for?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
These fun facts are getting real random though.
Yeah, but that one was Sudra doing it because Melchior's been doing it.
Okay, so A basilisk in a room filled with pools of reflective water and tons of very big stalactites and stalagmites.
What do you see? Oh.
I mean, we haven't done a basilisk yet. We haven't done any. Isn't that part of the Gorgon family? You turned down my Medusa.
I put in gray chickens. A seemingly
That's not
dead
a Gorgon,
end.
though.
A seemingly dead end that actually leads up. Get your climbing gear ready. That's all I'm going to say.
What about, like, an incapacitated, like, elf?
An unconscious elf that can't be woken.
That appears to be alive?
But is alive but might be alive. The thing about that is elves can't sleep in 5e. And spells can't make them sleep either.
I know.
So that's interesting.
Elves can't, they're immune to magical sleep, like, all the way back.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, a parasitic creature that joins with the player. The parasitic creature grants the PC 1 or 2 magic spells. The PC has to eat more food each day. Okay, so I like it. How about a creature, an ooze that actually is a parasite, and once bonded with a PC, grants it 2 spells, but that character is always extremely hungry. After a time, they become malnourished.
Oh, like if they don't give it up?
Yeah, if they don't find a way to get rid of it. Fun fact, sometimes the sky is gray.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
No. Small fishes hide inside sea cucumbers' anus and often eat them. Yeah, we don't need to know all this, guys. Let's just stop with this stuff.
What? Where is that?
Sudra,
Small
the long one.
Fishes.
I mean, we only have a couple more minutes anyway.
Like, I mean, I feel
You don't
like
wanna know.
sometimes I have knowledge that I'm not really sure where it came from, but I just want to let
I'm with you,
you
Cameron.
know,
I don't care.
Sudra, that I don't have an explanation
Didn't we learn
for why you know that.
Sudra knows a lot of stuff like that. I think we figured out before. I think we knew some of that.
I feel like there's a lot of miscellaneous information.
All right, I'm gonna open the monster manual because my mind is drawing blanks.
Now you're getting really desperate.
Yeah, but we're halfway through. Ooh, an Umber Hulk.
What about you could do like a living wall? Do you have
living
those?
wall?
You have those in?
I don't know what that would be.
It's just like a living wall. Isn't that a thing?
Underground elves. I'm gonna call them underground elves rather than drow. That are betting on two humans fighting each other, bare-fisted. No, we're done. We're done with those guys.
I'm still going at it.
Just they keep throwing more fun facts out. I'm done with fun facts. I'm not even reading them anymore. Okay. So what else would be cool? Let's see. A large tribal tattooed bear. Lives deep within this cavern. Okay. There's a lot of dragons in the core monster manual.
Sure are.
More golems, hags, hobgoblins, a lich, lizard folk, werebear, werewolf, merfolk, mind flayers. Ooh, like a mushroom fungus creature.
Well, you could do a mushroom, and then you could also do a fungus.
I mean,
they're technically different things.
Kind of. A mushroom is a fungus, but a fungus is not always a mushroom. So we'll say mushroom creatures wielding spears. Attack on sight. A glowing green fungus lights this room. Okay. We're at 53, by the way, guys. And I think these are all pretty good. I actually really like tonight's.
Good job, guys. Good job, guys.
A room with a chair and a hooded guy sitting on it. You'll start telling random weird facts when approached. Fish creatures that seemingly breathe air.
Okay, so my toad and frog are a bad idea, but fish creatures...
Kuatoas are technically what I'm talking about. Those are underground.
Right, and so can toads. It literally
okay, fine.
said
Fish creatures that seemingly breathe air are racing on giant frogs. As other fish creatures watch on.
Cheer them on. We need some enthusiasm.
Yes. Okay.
What about just
rock monsters that appear to be stalactites and stalagmites. Oh, stalactites. Sorry, not stalag. Stalactites and stalagmites ambush the party in this cavern. What now? Another party of adventurers going the opposite direction.
That's a good one. I don't know. My brother's over here sending me pictures of pie, and it's not helping.
Does he like? Is he planning on bringing you another pie? Is that what's going on?
I mean, like, I don't know, but he's sent me multiple pictures of pies at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's an apple pie and a pumpkin pie.
Okay. By the way, just so you know, in case you're curious,
What?
Meyer is still looking for a content producer. I just got another email about it. I get emails about that constantly. Because my job title on LinkedIn is content producer. So are you done? Are we done for the night?
I think we might be.
Okay.
We're like partway through the list.
Yeah, I think it's great. We're over halfway done. D100.
She needs a lot of work.
Fantasy cavern table. Encounter.
But like, I don't know. I got some colors on there.
I think we're good.
So.
Oh, you know what? Someone said a giant pie monster. So we got to incorporate pie on this Thanksgiving. So.
A pie monster who lists off numbers. That's I love that.
I hate that. So
I
just
love
think we should have a
it.
random pie. I'm fine with having a person list off number or something else with the number thing, but I am going to add a pie. So let's a bunch of spoiled, rotten food on a crude table. But there is one delicious looking full pie. Fresh out of the
You should
oven.
just say still steaming.
That is still warm. As though it was just cooked.
Well, of course, that's implied. You don't have to say that.
Fine. All right, so we got 57 done. Ancient goblin-looking monk who speaks about force all connecting energy. So I'm going to do that, but he also lists off random numbers. Ancient goblin monk who speaks about force and all connecting energies. Occasionally lists off random numbers.
Well, the pie was supposed to be funny to list off the random numbers because of the number pie.
I know.
I'm just saying, it's not as funny when the monk does it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, fine. If eaten, the pie one.
Your character begins.
Random numbers.
Your character begins to list off a sequence of numbers.
The characters begin to list off a sequence of numbers. This effect wears off within a couple of days. Basically when it's fully digested.
Okay.
I know, I got the Yoda reference. Right. Okay, cool. So I'm saving it. And we will continue this one next week.
Where I will finish her and I will start him.
Yes, I can't wait. So it's going to be awesome. So thanks, guys, for watching. If you want me to if you want access to all of our other tables, go and become a patron. All of them are up there, only for patrons. We do have some openings in games coming up for patrons, whether it's one-shots or campaigns. So again, head on over there, become a patron, and you have access to play with us before anybody else. With that, this was Master the Game. I am Juice. This was Paula. Game on.